Welcome to the City Current Show, powered by Higginbotham Insurance and Financial Services.
This show focuses on sharing good news and powering the good in our community. Now here's your host, City Current CEO, Jeremy Park.
Welcome back to the City Current Show, powered by Higginbotham. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're always honored to bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making a difference and powering the good. And we love talking about upcoming community events that you have to attend. And that's why we're honored to have with us Dr. Tracy D. Hall. She is the president of Southwest Tennessee Community College. And we're going to talk all about the Southwest Workforce Solutions Center Open House and Career Fair coming up April 18th. So, Dr. Hall, how are you doing?
I am doing fantastic, Jeremy. As always, it's great to be with you and to talk to you about the great things that are going on at Southwest.
Well, you all are doing tremendous good, and there's a ton of innovation when you look at what you're doing on and off campus, the ways you're engaging the students, the community, the businesses. There's a lot to unpack, including this big upcoming event. I had a chance to attend last year. It was awesome, and so we're going to talk all about it. But Let's start with a little bit of context. Give us some background on Southwest Tennessee Community College.
So Southwest, we are the second largest higher ed institution in the Memphis area, and we have nearly about 8,000 students. We are increasing our enrollment. In COVID, we took a hit with enrollment with COVID, but we are on the upswing. We're happy about that. We have 7 locations. So access is definitely in our mission, but also success. We want our students to have access to college. And so we are everywhere in the city and in Shelby and Fayette County, but also success. And so that's why you will see a lot of innovation at the college. We want our students not to just attend, but we want them to be successful and then move on to have successful lives. And that changes the community when we are able to do that.
Absolutely. And it's a very high number when you look at your graduates and staying local, investing local, building their careers and their lives local. Talk about that stat.
Absolutely. So 96% of our graduates remain in the Memphis, Shelby County area. And so you think about that over the life of the college. Southwest has been an institution since 2000, July 1st of 2000. Before that, though, we were Shelby State and State Technical Institute. So we are just talking about 96% of our Southwest alum. So we, for years, have had an impact on the Memphis community. Our students attend college, they earn their credentials, and they remain in this area, buying homes and goods and contributing positively to this community. So we think we're a big deal. And not in a bragging way, but in a way that will move this community forward. We love Memphis, we love this area, and we do everything we can to make it better.
Absolutely. And so when you talk about being the workforce solution, the economic mobility, career trajectory, there's a lot there. One of the innovations, when I kind of mentioned innovations, you're doing a ton around blended and dual enrollment, stackable credits, so that students can move forward and learn in different ways. When you hear kind of all that, give me maybe one or two of the big ones that really stand out to you of the innovations that Southwest Tennessee Community College is doing right now.
Well, I will say the first is the blending of the non-credit side of the house with the credit side of the house. And I'm only emphasizing side of the house just for purposes of discussion, because we're trying to move away from that language. Historically, community colleges, workforce is not just new to Southwest. It's not just what we do. All community colleges focus on workforce development. That's a part of our beginning back in the 1900s. So this is not new. But what is that what had been in the past, we would have a distinction between credit and non-credit, or workforce and credit, as though a student learner is not learning if they're on a non-credit in the non-credit courses. And so what we've decided to do is to reimagine the community college. We were one of 4 community colleges in the state to receive a grant from our system office, the Tennessee Board of Regents, to reimagine the community college. And so we have merged the non-credit, those courses that are short-term certificate programs, into our credit programs. There is absolutely no reason, and there's absolutely been no reason why we haven't merged the programs in the past. I think it's just, you know, how with history and you keep doing what you've always done. And then one day you stop and ask yourself, why are we doing this? This doesn't even make sense. And so we need to reimagine ourselves. And so those programs that we have that are short term, they could be as short as a week. They could be 4 weeks. They could be 12 weeks. But when the student finishes that program, what we hadn't not been doing in the past is even talking to those students. So they were enrolling in a separate system. We on the credit side didn't even know who they were or how many students. So we saw that we had maybe about 3,000 students going through our non-credit side that we weren't even communicating with. How ridiculous is that? So we have looked at how do we blend those systems so it's not a separate enrollment process, and that before the student finishes their non-credit short certificate or course, where our recruiters are talking to them saying, hey, you finished this Microsoft Office class. Did you know that we have a IT program? Did you know that you finished this healthcare program on the non-credit or workforce side, but you can also transfer those credits into our this credit program, whatever health field that it is in. It seems so simple now that we should have been doing this, but we just had not. And so that's what we've done. And we're excited about looking at learning is learning. It does not matter if it's a quote unquote credit program. If you're learning, if you're trying to improve yourself, we want to show you how you can stack those credentials and move on to whatever career that you like.
Yeah, and I think that plays in exactly just like you're talking. Now you can stack the credits, you can move, you can advance. But I think one of the other big trends in the innovations is just like you're talking about, these kind of short-term, the credentialing, the certificates, allowing students to move quickly to then get a job. And so when you look at working with companies to figure out, okay, what are your needs? How can we help and equip the students and get them through so that they are moving quickly through, and then we can place them in, to a lucrative position. Then they can come back and continue learning. Like, that's a big innovation. Talk about kind of that process too, because you have a lot of new innovative programs.
We do. And we're really excited about that because they can start out in a short-term program. Sometimes people, if you're hungry right now, you don't need a program that's going to take 2 years. You need something that's really short and you can get in and get out. So for example, we have certified clinical medical assistant program. It's one of our workforce development programs. It can be completed in just 12 weeks. And so graduates can enter the healthcare field and transition into the college's allied health programs. I mean, think about that. In 12 weeks, you can go from having no credential to a CCMA, a certified clinical medical, and become a certified clinical medical assistant. So this is what we're talking about in terms of quickly moving in and out. We have a new embedded certificate into our associates of program. So new medical laboratory assistant technical certificate, 1 semester. That can be completed in. So a medical lab assistant provides the skills and knowledge to support laboratory in the laboratory in testing patient specimens. Think about that. In a short period of time, 1 semester, you can become a medical lab assistant technologist. Amazing. And so that's what we need when people want to improve their lives and make that decision. We want to be there and say, we have some options for you that you can start in a short-term program, get a job. And then when life gets where you want to move to the next level, you can stack those credentials and move on to even more of a lucrative career. So you start out maybe with a job. If you didn't have a job is better than nothing. And then you move that into building your career. And that's what we're excited about being able to do. People want an opportunity, they want a chance, and that's what we're here to do, to provide that chance and to meet them where they are. That's important, meeting students where they are. So we're excited about these new programs that we have.
Well, and speaking of meeting students where they are, one last one, and then we'll switch over and talk about the event. you are doing a number of other innovations around meeting students where they are, including earlier on with boot camps with Memphis Shelby County Schools. And your pipeline and even age on that is rapidly expanding out. So talk about the boot camps and some of the other experiential opportunities and collaborations with other entities.
Yes, and that's exciting. And you will hear more about that at the event as well. But we're excited about what we're doing with our youth. We've had some summer boot camps with Arlington High School and Bartlett High School boot camps for machining skills. We just had a group of students from Houston High School spent their spring break with us learning machining at an America's Cutting Edge, or ACE, boot camp taught by one of our instructors. MLG&W, they have been a partner with us for over 30 years. I mean, just a wonderful partner. They're partnering with us and Memphis Shelby County Schools, a summer boot camp introducing juniors and seniors to utility and line work. They got a lot of media coverage, and you see the young people. We have actually a pole farm on our Macon Cove campus. And so you saw the young people climbing the poles, and they're learning how to be line workers. So we've developed also a pipeline partnership with MLG&W, AT&T, Comcast, where their industry professionals teach our students and provide an opportunity for employment. So those are just some of the ways when we are leading to talking about our event, igniting the workforce. You have to start young. With the young people, you have to give them something to see and to hope for, give them something positive to see that they have opportunities. And you have to start when they're younger. Unfortunately, if you wait too long, there are so many things that they become interested in that's not positive for them or the community. And so we need to start early with them. So we're excited to place a positive emphasis on our youth. And that's what we will spotlight at our event, our open house.
And that's the perfect segue in to talk about the event. As I mentioned last year, it was amazing. It was full of energy and so many people and students and business leaders and all sorts of just, powerful opportunities to learn more about your efforts and to connect in with them, which is the whole point. And so the events, the Southwest Workforce Solutions Center Open House and Career Fair, April 18th, igniting the workforce, building pipelines and pathways for career success. So go ahead and talk about this open house, because there's tours, there's all sorts of discussions. So go ahead and give us a little bit of a teaser.
Yes, so we are so excited. Again, as our second annual Workforce Solutions Center open house, there's going to be a jam-packed day, just as it was last year. Industry forums on cutting-edge issues with corporate leaders. We're going to have a national signing day for career and tech majors. So, like with athletes, they have a signing day and they say what college they're going to be going to play whatever sport. Well, we're going to spotlight students making the decision to pursue a degree in a career and technical field. And last year we had signing days, and they got hats, and their parents were there, and they were signing their letter of intent to attend Southwest. And we have to cheer on our students, regardless of whether they're in an athletic event or pursuing their academics, their education. That's something to cheer about. We have to build our young people up. And so that's going to be exciting. There's going to be expos showcasing all of our career and technical programs. So you'll see, just like last year, a tour of all of our business and technology programs. Last year, we had some of our healthcare programs available, but this year there's going to be an entire room with our some of our healthcare programs and our simulators. So I think the community will get a kick out of seeing some of our mannequins and see how our students will they get through their clinical experience. In addition to going to their rotations at the medical facilities, we have our own labs at our college, and we have our simulators. So real looking lifelike mannequins, and our students can learn. And so that will be available for the community to see as well. And so the career fair, we've always had a career fair. We've combined it with this event last year, because it's not just for the community at large, but for our graduates as well. It's around graduation time, and we have, as I said, our 96% of our students remain in the Memphis, Shelby County area. This is an opportunity for businesses to come and see the products. We don't necessarily call our students our products, but we have invested in them. The state has invested in our students. And so you see the results of your investment. You see well-educated, trained individuals ready to work. And that's what we've been doing since 2000 and even before. And so this is an opportunity to showcase what the community has said is important, is an investment in education. The return on your investment is April 18th. You will see them.
Walk us through the basic timeline, because there's a discussion, there's a forum in the morning, and then you have tours in the afternoon that take place. Talk about the basic timeline for people to plug in.
Yes, so begins at check-in is at 8:30. The program begins at 9 o'clock. There's the signing that I mentioned with the students, and then there's a panel discussion, and I'm excited about the panel discussion that begins, I believe, at 9:30. The panel discussion is with our business and industry partners that invested in our students over the summer. So some of those summer boot camps that I mentioned that we will have the industry partners, for example, MLG and W, talking about why they invested in our students, why that's important for business and industry to have its civic duty to invest in our young people. And then you will have the young person, a young person that participated in that particular boot camp talking about what it was like being a part of that boot camp. And so we will have several business and industry partners along with the young person that participated talking about their experiences. And what I'm so excited about with that is that a lot of time, most of the time, you cannot turn on the news without seeing something negative happening in the community. And usually it's someone in a teenager, a young person. And that is the narrative, because that is a reality, unfortunately. But also there's the reality that there are a lot of young people doing really positive things. They want to move the community forward. They want to better themselves and their families. And so I just believe that while we do hear what's going on that maybe not is a positive thing for our community, we need to change the narrative. We need to show what's happening that's positive. We need to show what our young people are doing, but we have to give them an opportunity to be successful. And so I'm so proud of these businesses that have said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to invest in young people. We're not just going to talk about the problem. We're not just going to point fingers and say this entity needs to do better. We're going to do our role and our part to make a difference in this community. And so that will be the panel discussion. And then there will be tours throughout the day that people will be able to attend, as well as the career fair that will be available. So there's a lot going on. We also have our Southwest Express, which is we have 2 mobile career centers, labs, and people can go. We take them out to community fairs, high schools. We have been in so many parades in the Memphis community. I didn't know, Memphis loves a parade. And we have been invited to all of them. And it's an opportunity for people to get a hands-on experience with some of our careers. We have one of our mobile labs, or both of them actually, they are equipped with an aviation simulator. So kids and older kids alike love getting on to the lab, and they can see how it is to fly a plane, because we have an aviation program. So again, when we talk about igniting the workplace, igniting the workforce, that's what you have to do. You have to make sure people have an opportunity to see what's out there, and it will spark something in them. And we've been delighted to be able to do that. Now we're delighted to have our 2nd annual open house to showcase what we're doing. And we invite the community to come out and see Southwest. I want to stress the tax dollars that you have invested, the community, the state invests in Southwest. We owe it to you. So what we're doing is not a favor to the community. It is our obligation. It is being good stewards of the public trust. You have given us the resources to do this work. And so you ought to be able to see what you're paying for. You ought to be able to see your return on investment. And so we invite all of members of the community to come and see Southwest and come and see positive things that are going on in the community and maybe have some hope for the future.
Absolutely. All of this takes place on the Macon Cove campus, and it's a free event open to the public, just like you're talking about. You've got sponsorship opportunities as well that goes to the Southwest Foundation for Student Scholarships. Talk about, though, where we can go to learn more. Where can we RSVP? So where do we go to tie in with Southwest Tennessee Community College?
As always, you can tie in with us. You can reach us at 901-333-5000. 901-333-5000, or visit us at www.southwest.tn.edu, or you can follow us on social media. Our handle is @SouthwestTN. @SouthwestTN. Again, we're free. It's open to the public. We definitely welcome sponsorships. We are a institution that we do a great job of making good use of our taxpayer dollars, and we make sure that you are able to see what you've invested in us, and any additional investment in the form of sponsorships for this event, we greatly appreciate it.
The website again, southwest.tn.edu. So yes. Dr. Tracy D. Hall, president of Southwest Tennessee Community College, thank you for all you and your amazing team do. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jeremy. Always a pleasure to talk to you and your audience.
Higginbotham Insurance and Financial Services is proud to power the City Current Show. We're a people-first company that protects what matters most, the families, businesses, and trailblazers that keep our community going. As one of the nation's top independent insurance firms, Higginbotham is a single-source solution for business insurance, employee benefits, HR services, and personal insurance that's customized for you. We're here to serve you, the people you care about, and your community. Call 866-377-1959 or visit higginbotham.com.